Today we have the ashamed-to-be American girl, ready to comment on more things she has no facts on and has evidently done a grand total of jack shit research for before recording. Let's see what she has for us.
Hi everybody, and welcome to the weekly roundup. It is the weekly show where I talk about newsy type stuff and positivity stuff, because we don't want to get too depressed now, do we?
No, depression would be awful, so let's put on our rose-tinted glasses, ignore those pesky facts and reasonable opinions, and dive right on into the magical world of bullshit you have prepared for us.
And judging by the blend of derision, irritation, and complacency mixed into your foundation today, I'd suggest that you've not exactly had an overwhelmingly positive response to your efforts so far.
I guess our first piece of news will be about Donald Trump.
Of course it's about Trump. I mean, after this...
But if you voted for Trump, I don't want to be your friend.
How could you go a week without complaining about Trump?
This can be general, not about like anything specific, just, you know, the whole disaster that is Trump.
If this is a weekly roundup, then why the fuck are you talking general Trump facts? A weekly roundup is typically where you discuss things that have happened this week, fucktard.
And considering the length of time in which Trump has actually been in office, it's very safe to say that these nondescript problems you mention are either caused through some other unrelated means or are the manifestations of discontent from your radical left-wing allies. Because let's be honest, the regressive left have caused more chaos than Trump has at this stage.
I think when every single day of your presidency there is something new and terrible happening, you know that you've done something wrong.
Or that the media is unfairly biased against you. Remember the ban on refugees that suddenly became a Muslim ban when media reported it?
Or a normal person would. I'm sure Trump doesn't.
Who died and made you Trump's psychiatrist? Seriously, who the hell are you to comment on what Trump does or doesn't realise, you worthless shit?
And you guys know my opinion. I think he should be impeached. I think that he's a terrible president. I think he's a terrible person.
And I think he was democratically elected by the people. Democracy has spoken. Trump is president. You have had 3 months to get over it. But no, you're still a butthurt little cunt, complaining about the fact that voters disagreed with you.
I think he's a rapist.
Any evidence to back that up? Or is this like, I think Bush did 9/11? Seriously, slander, asshole. Look it up.
I mean, there's a lot of reasons why I personally don't think that Trump should be in office.
Now, if I may, I'd like to rewind a tad, just to dissect those arguments.
I think he should be impeached.
So you'd like to act against Trump's constitutional rights? Only, last I was aware, freedom of speech was in fact a right to all American citizens, and you do well to cherish it while it lasts.
I think that he's a terrible president.
And you can substantiate this claim how exactly? I feel I ought to clarify at this point, but that I am by no means a Trump supporter. The man is a buffoon. But from what I can gather, he's done an exceptional job as president thus far, holding steadfast to the promises he swore during his campaign, and that is more than can be said for the vast majority of government electorates.
I think he's a terrible person.
Again, can you substantiate this? He's a bit of a muppet, granted, but I don't believe that qualifies him as being a terrible person.
I think he's a rapist.
Ah, yes, a classic. This argument is so archaic that it's aged faster than Obama during his time in the White House. Not that I'm surprised, considering the immense amount of pressure, but with a little common sense, I may be able to finally put it to rest. Trump is not a rapist. He is a cocky, self-indulgent billionaire who has been surrounded by women because of his immense wealth. As difficult as it may be for regressives to understand, some women, now try to stay with me here, some women actually want sexual attention from people like Trump. And having listened to the famed Grab Her by the Pussy recording, the context means everything. Trump is posturing with his friends. A woman is introduced to the group, and she laps up the attention she receives from these wealthy, influential men. To put it simply, Trump has never made any sexual advancements upon a woman that was not consensual. Now please, For the love of all things that are right and just in the world, stop using false rape allegations as ammunition. False accusations ruin lives.
For YouTube news, I guess we have to talk about the Pewdiepie situation.
No, you don't, but I'm agonizingly aware that this alone isn't reason enough to stop you.
So Pewdiepie's situation, as you called it, was testing how far people would go on Fiverr, and the media took a joke out of context in order to paint him as a racist.
If you don't know, Pewdiepie, in a video a couple weeks ago, had these guys hold up a sign saying "Death to all Jews."
Yeah, and it only cost him a $5 to get that. Isn't it ridiculous what people will do for so little money?
And it was dumb, it was ridiculous, especially in this political climate.
In this political climate? What political climate? Is there some mass anti-Semitism going on that I didn't know about? Have the Third Reich returned? Are you talking about Trump making a couple of comments about Mexicans? Because that would be in no way related to this.
And he says that he didn't mean it like that. He apologized. He said that he doesn't support any hate groups that might have, been excited about him doing stuff like that.
Okay, so he's clarified he's not at all against the Jews, so what's the problem? He made a joke. Come on, are we really going to censor humor now? Oh wait, what am I saying? That's all you people want to do.
And, YouTube, Maker Studios went away, YouTube took his show away, and he's kind of left out without companies to support him and to back him.
Yep, everyone overreacted to a mildly offensive joke and he lost his show.
And I think that that's deserving. I think that he should learn,
Learn what? That some people take parts of jokes out of context, spin them as if it was a serious statement and cost you your work? Fuck, I thought we were trying to stay away from the depressing stuff.
Actions have consequences.
Yes, actions do have consequences. Your action was to make this video, and the consequence is that we made this video to take the piss out of you.
And he apologized, and he promised to do better, and so I hope that he does.
Yes, it was ridiculous. Yes, it was dumb. Jokes are both of these things. While I am acutely aware that the function of humour is lost on your regressive kind, the fact that you believe a joke should cost Felix his livelihood is abhorrent. For you to sit there pompously and suggest that Felix deserved to lose what was probably going to be millions of dollars is vile. It is despicable. You are despicable.
And that's all we can hope for, right? Whatever.
That's all we can hope for? That PewDiePie can avoid doing anything that could be taken out of context, so that nobody pulls this bullshit with him again?
And then in YouTubers that I've been loving news, we have Rowan Ellis, who did a video with Lena Norma about feminism in movies and can movies be feminists and all this stuff.
Ah, I see. You're one of those. I regret wasting my breath on logic and reasoning.
And it was a really great conversation, and I actually really enjoyed watching it because it reminded me of me, where Lena was just kind of throwing out arguments because debating is fun. Yeah, so I had a lot of fun watching it, so you should go and check it out. It'll be somewhere over here or in the description down below.
Adding a link to the video pane was too much effort for the 420 subscribers, was it?
And continuing down the Ellis train, we had Rowan Ellis, and now we have Lindsay Ellis, who is a fantastic YouTuber. She reviews movies and plays and films, and she's just fantastic, one of my favorite YouTubers.
Is she now? Well, if you can do nothing but sing her praises, perhaps we ought to make a note for our next episode.
You should go watch her review of Rent, because I need people to see that video.
I don't care if Lindsay Ellis recommends it or not, and I don't care if you recommend her video or not. Is this a weekly roundup or a fucking advertisement for Lindsay Ellis with some Trump news sprinkled on for a little salt?
Recently, Lindsay's been having a hard time getting out of her contract with Maker Studios, so if you can go and you can show her support, that would be fantastic, because the company's basically trapping her.
No, it's a contract. She signed it willingly and as such trapped herself. It's legally binding. Remember, kids, always read the full contract and make sure you agree with all of it before signing. Don't be Lindsay.
and she deserves out, and she deserves support while she's trying to get out of that contract. So, and lastly, I just want to thank you guys for the support that you've shown me on this channel.
Yes, all the support. 420 subscribers supporting you, Kenzie, and just under 200,000 laughing their asses off at how much you hate democracy over on Undoomed's channel. Must feel great.
I know that things have gotten a little dark in the past weeks, and I just want to thank everyone who's been super kind and who has continued watching all the way through and who has stayed subscribed and stayed liking things and commenting. It genuinely means a lot to me, and I know that I don't reply to comments all the time because there's a glitch. It's a long story, but I really appreciate it, and I just want you guys to know that from the bottom of my heart. It genuinely does mean a lot to me that people actually watch and like care about me.
Watch and care are not synonymous. I watch leftist protests over Republican talks at universities, but that doesn't mean I care for the institutionally brainwashed millennials on the picket lines.
Still, it's weird, but thank you. And that's gonna be it for the weekly roundup, and that's gonna be it for this week. I'm Kenzie Rain. I post videos every single day.
Unless I missed the memo about February only having 11 days now, no you don't.
Please like this if you like it, subscribe if you want to, ring that notification bell if you feel like it, and leave a comment down below with a question that you have for a Q&A. I've never done a Q&A. I really want to do one. Please leave a question down below. Alright, bye guys.
Perhaps we ought to invite Kenzie over to the dark side, since she loves to debate, in her words.
Well guys, thanks for watching. I'm including a link to the video done on Kenzie by Undoomed and the video done on Pewdiepie by H3H3 Productions down below. Hope you enjoyed and stay tuned for more.